So you came to Toronto just for LawTechCamp?
Yes, yeah. I came to speak here. Monica has created just a phenomenal conference, brings in great people to speak. She also, her product, My Legal Briefcase, integrates with Clio. So we always want to work very well with our partners.
Nice.
So we came to support her.
Excellent. Now you talked off camera a bit about Clio. Could you just go through that again in terms of what it is that you guys do?
Sure. Clio is a cloud-based practice management software that allows lawyers to track everything from client intake to invoicing. So everything works through their browser, and it keeps track of time, their calendar, billing, notes, and all the other information associated with any type of case or legal matter. And they're able to access it across any device.
Now I know you're friends with Monica and excited about her product and stuff, but why are things like, small community event like LawTechCamp here in Toronto important to Clio and yourself?
Why is it important to Clio? Because we think that the legal community is made up of these small communities. So it's not one giant monolith, but it is different types of groups that organize themselves based on interest, the type of clients they serve, the different approach that they take to law. And LawTechCamp is one of the places where we see the future of the legal field coming into focus. So the discussions that are happening here today will help generate the next degree in which law is practiced throughout Canada and North America.
Interesting. So obviously there's companies like Clio that have created a platform.
Right.
What other tech startups in the law space have you seen that you find very interesting and innovative?
Well, there are a couple. One of the ones that's being talked about comes out of Stanford's Codex program, which is a program that allows both people within law school and people within the engineering, the computer design, and the entrepreneurial aspects of Stanford to collaborate. Ravel Law, which is a visualization and search program that for lawyers is, quite frankly, innovative, stunning. And so I think we're going to see more and more of this type of innovation coming out of collaborations, especially amongst law schools, to where lawyers don't have jobs in big law firms anymore.
Yeah.
So they're reaching into the entrepreneurial community to create their own niche. That's what we're going to be seeing more of.
Interesting. A question I have, and you let me know, Joshua, if you can't answer, and I'll edit it out.
Thank you.
Are you able to comment personally about what we're seeing happen down in the States with the NSA and accessing personal records and then the brushback they're getting both politically through the media as well as through individuals and consumers in terms of the use of data and privacy?
I think there are legitimate concerns and debates that need to happen about who has access to data and how it's being used. What's interesting about this current situation is compare... Is that somebody's phone in the room? Is we need to compare how data was being accessed and disclosed in the previous administration in the U.S. So we knew that the NSA was reaching throughout the entire internet, tapping phones, reading emails, but it wasn't the administration that was directing it and operating it in a legal fashion. So with our current administration, yes, they are using the NSA to access international communications. They are tracking call logs on very wide nets, but they're doing so in a fashion that is both legal and, for the most part, public. Now, the routes to which they go to get approval, I think, need to be debated. The value of that data could also be debated, but I'm happy to see that we're having this debate in a public legal forum, which we were not having in the past. So it's questionable, a lot of what they're doing, but we're actually discussing those questions, and I think that's a step in the right direction.
Should consumers, the public, be concerned about what's happening with this information?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I think they should be. Everybody should be concerned about what's happening with their data. The internet is forever, so once that data is out there, having control of it is difficult at best. So consumers should be considering what data they're putting out there and how it's being used. With private companies, there is control that can be exercised. If you look at the privacy policy of a company, whether or not it's being audited by organizations like Trustee to see if they're living up to their privacy policy, what's the service level agreement that they have? Does that indicate that the data is being stored by a third party from the company you're using? Are all things that consumers, and especially lawyers in things like today, should be researching and understanding when it comes to their clients' data. That doesn't mean you shouldn't store this information online, but it does mean you have to be aware of the risks that are associated with it.
Interesting. Thank you so much.
I'm
Appreciate
glad
it.
to. Yeah.
How can people connect with you?
So I can be reached in a variety of ways. I'm with Clio, and our website is goclio.com. That's GOCLIO. And I also can be reached at Twitter at Joshua Lenon, and that's LENON.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.